Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel on second season of Coffee with Profi. This is Lovina Sternadel and I am a recruiter at Talent Grader. Talent Grader is a recruitment agency. It's a platform where we try to synchronize with the requirements of our clients and try to find the right candidates and put them in the right positions. We do have clients from all over the globe. We specialize in IT and iGaming industry, and we have amazing, exciting projects that we deal with every day. So today on our Coffee with Profi, we have a very special speaker. Allow me to introduce Marga Fernandez, and she's been working for Amigo Gaming as a business development manager for almost a year and a half. So thank you so much, Marga, for accepting our offer to be on our Coffee with Profi today. So could you kindly introduce a little bit about yourself and what you're doing currently and about the company and so on? Thank you, Marga.
Yeah, sure. First of all, thank you to invite me to join this chat. About me, I've been in the industry for the last 10, 11 years. I just I need the job, so I applied for the job and, I started in the gaming industry until now. I've been in the different companies in Spain. All of them started in Spain. I started with Firsa, who's a big company here in Spain, and to start with the online project. Like 10 years ago in Spain, online gaming was like very initial steps. After that, I moved to Citro. Citro is a very well-known company, most of in Latin, but and for the land-based. And again, I started there to start with the first step of the online as well. And I was there for about 5 years. And after that, I moved to MGA Games, who is a 100% Spanish company. But the project in the online was more settled down. So I was there as a head of sales for 3 years. So it was a very good period of my career. But Amigo Gaming came through, and new challenges are always good. For Amigo, we set it down like 2 years ago, and here in Barcelona, and it was like beginning of a new project from scratch. We had the games, but we didn't have the clients. So that's when I came through it. So it was really nice. I'm really glad to be here in Amigo Gaming, building all the project from the very best beginning. With Igor, who's my CEO, and my colleagues, so we are creating a really nice team here in Barcelona. And we are, I think we are saying, we are a sludge provider, so it's good. But it's good to be nice in Barcelona.
Thank you so much, Marga, for sharing a bit insights about your professional career, about your journey in the iGaming industry, and also a little more about the history of how Amigo Gaming began. So thank you so much for letting us to see a bit of insights and the details about the journey as well as the company. As we all see that, the iGaming industry itself, it's a very fast changing market, I would say, with lots of tremendous changes on the way. So I would really like to emphasize on this question, what industry trends do you see at the moment? What is actually happening in the market currently?
This is quite a tricky question because, we cannot speak about trend market. I mean, there is not I mean, we are based in Europe, so we think about with a European point of view, but it's not
Right.
the same what's going on in Latin or what
I
is
agree.
going on in Asia.
Mhm.
So for me, it's quite difficult to talk about that, But if you speak in general, of course, like mega way slots or slots that
Mhm.
had like a look and feel, Candy Crush look
Mhm.
and feel. So in general, I could say that.
Mhm.
But if I speak about Asia, I will
Mhm.
say, look, we are finding out that games with rabbits are very trendy in Asia. Or if I speak with Latin, I will say, look, it seems that the classic casino slots are more trendy. So,
Mhm.
to be honest, I think, that for that we should speak like concrete markets,
Mhm. Mhm.
So, yeah, it is, yeah. But also, like, I think um, all that, they can improve about with bonuses, with jackpot, everything is always welcome. And
Mhm.
it will, it will be trendy.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So, what brought you to your current position and the company that you're working for?
Well, as I told you before with my introduction, basically, someone connected me by via LinkedIn and say, look, there is someone interested in your profile.
Mhm.
So, what the most attractive to me, as I said at the beginning, it
Mhm.
was like that Amigo was a new project. When you can grow with a company. Of course, I'm a business developer. I'm head of commercial, whatever you want to say, the position
Mhm.
name. But at the end of the day, you need to. Well, I wanted to grow up with the company.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
Create the account managers group, be in contact with marketing, be in contact with the IT team, with developers. So that is really nice and very interesting. Make
Mhm.
the company to grow. Help the
Mhm.
company grow.
Mhm.
Really.
Mhm. 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 So thank you for answering to my question. That leads me to question number 3. Which companies are interested in hiring BDM positions more, operators or the providers, as per your view?
In my humble opinion, yeah, I think the provider are most interested on this kind of position.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
mean
Mhm.
at the end of the day, the sales director or the business development manager,
Mhm.
we want to sell. We want to sell
Right.
our product. So it doesn't mind which kind of provider you are. You can be focused on the games, you can be a payment provider,
Mhm.
like servers, whatever you want to
Mhm.
say. I mean,
Mhm.
for the operators, they don't, I think they don't really need this kind of head of sales or business
Mhm.
development manager
Mhm.
in the
Mhm.
way of to sell. They
Mhm.
must be more like growing the operator, like we are now, for
Mhm.
instance, in Spain, so we want to grow up to, or to have an operator in Portugal or maybe in
Mhm.
Holland.
Mhm.
And in this way, yeah, you can have a business development manager, yeah.
Mhm.
But from my point of view, it's more the provider who needs
Mhm.
this kind of figure.
Mhm. Thank you so much for sharing your humble opinion with us regarding this. All right. I would also request if you can tell us more, about the responsibilities of BDM in the iGaming industry.
Okay. Yes. Well, I'm going to speak in my personal experience. Yes.
Mhm. Mhm.
I mean, there's nowadays you know, what my main duty, of course, is sell our slots. But more than that is like to see, you know, where we can actually offer our games, you know, which jurisdictions do we accomplish the requirements of a country? Is the country regulated? This is not. We need a license. We need to certify. There is a lot of operators. There are not. So and then we need to approach the operators. We need to approach the platforms. You know, like, of course, there is all the signed contracts and all this legal paperwork is really tough. And in my experience, once, you know, I have the whole idea about the licensing, the certification, if we need, if we not, when I have signed the contract, then there is, like, you know, the integration side. For me, it's very important to be aware how the technical part is going. I mean, I'm not a technical person. I'm not, you know, I have no idea how an integration works. For me, it's like nonsense. But, you know, I have to be aware, because for a long time, I mean, for a very long time, sometimes years, I've been the person in touch with the operator or with the platform. And I am the point of reference to these people. So they ask me, look, do you have how is integration? Who I need to contact? You know, and I need to be like the bridge of this of my technical team and platform or the operator or my client. And after the integration is done, you know, I have to introduce my account manager, you know, and I think I'm always involved with the whole process. It is true that in some point the account manager take on me, you know, like you know, I'm a bit like a step ahead. Behind, but yeah, as I told you, you know, sometimes it takes so long since we first met, then to sign the contract, that, you know, I'm really involved. And I have to say that most of the cases, the people that I've been talking for this long time, they become friends. You know, because you meet on every summit, you meet in ICE, and you meet in Malta, then you meet in, maybe if I'm going to Latam, I met them in there. So you have a really, really close relationship with the people. So you are never, you never stop to be there, you know. So it's not like, okay, I've done my job, here you have. No.
Very true.
I always try to be involved on the process, you know. So clients at the end of the day, like, more clients are partners. So it's very important to keep contact with them.
True. Thank you so much, Marga, for explaining us about the responsibility and also a little bit about the technicality within the job itself, of how it operates and so on. It's very eye-opening for us as well. So I would also like to ask you, what is the hardest part of this job that you would describe as the hardest part of this job? There might be just one or maybe a few more.
I mean, yeah, there is some of them, but for me, you know, like, the cold door is like getting in contact with someone that doesn't know you at all. I mean, like, it's very frustrating when you send messages in LinkedIn or you send emails because you have the email, or then you try to contact via Skype or WhatsApp or Telegram, whatever, and you don't have an answer. I mean, this is really frustrating.
It is frustrating.
It is, yeah. For me, it's a must that I won't say 100%, But most of the people that connects me in LinkedIn, I will answer them and say, look, I'm sorry, you know, I'm not interested, or I'm sorry, we don't need your services. I always try to give an answer. Not always, I will lie if I say that, but most of the time. Because I am on the other side as well, you know, I'm trying to sell my product. And it is really, really frustrating. Not have, you know, doesn't have an answer. Yeah. For me, it's the tough part. Then, you know, of course, we have to deal with contracts. This is really hard as well, you know, because, you know, I want this now, I want that, change this, change that, you know, legal people, you know, they know all the legal terms and legal words. And again, I'm not a lawyer, you know, but I'm involved on the contract side. So I think I'm sort of becoming a little bit of lawyer, a little bit of technician.
Right.
But yeah, it's quite frustrating. And another part that it really is hard is when once you have signed a contract, the long period that it takes to start an integration. You know, that is, you know, we train, we think that, you know, we are the only slots company provider, but we are not. And, you know, operators platform, they have their own pipeline. I need to fit, you know, our slots on their pipelines. And sometimes it's difficult, you know, and this is hard as well to try to, you know, to put it all together. But for me, the hardest part is the code, you know. So it's what I would say.
Thank you. As a recruiter, in some areas, in some parts, I totally resonate with you. Totally understandable. All right. How do you evaluate BDM results? What are the KPIs, if you can elaborate a little bit on this as well?
Yeah, I mean, for me, the results, yeah, I will say, look, how many people I have been in contact, how many contracts I have signed, how many of these contracts have been launched. But this is very, you know, very specific, but I think we should not be just like this, because there are more things rather than this. You know, as a sales, you will say, look, I contact these people and, you know, it's like leads, and I signed this many contracts, you know, and these ones have been launched, they have integrated and launched our games. For KPIs, you know, maybe, you know, we can talk then, you know, the result of of the launch of these games, you know, if, you know, how many bets or bet average or, you know, or GGRs. It is difficult. I mean, when you are an account manager, you have more, the KPIs like are more specific, yes. But when you are a PDM, it's more like there's more things involved. Yeah.
So thank you. What are the career prospects for this position? Because we do have many aspiring generations that coming up with this with interest in this type of position. So what would you give them, like not exactly a mantra, but what kind of a career prospect would you say that lies in this position as a BDM?
I think the career prospect. I don't know really how to say that. I mean, it is difficult. It is difficult to say that. You know, I mean, you can have a really high prospects. You know, say, look, I'm going to sign a lot of contracts. I'm going to save my slots. But what is important is really know your product really well, you know,
I agree.
and of course to see how is the market and be very conscious that the potential of your product. For instance, you know, Amigo Gaming, I know very well my product. I know a lot of operators on a lot of platforms from my previous experience. But I need to be really aware at this moment that we are new in the industry.
I agree.
So I need to be, you know, but my prospects, you know, okay, I want to be the top one. Amigo Gaming is going to be the top one. But okay, put the foot on the earth and see.
Totally agree. So if I would summarize it correctly, then knowing your product very well and also a little bit or more about the market research would go a long way in the career prospects.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Wonderful. Considering offers from different companies, what should a candidate for a BDM position compare?
Well, I think it has to be really for me, yes, for my experience. If I had to hire someone for this position, first of all, I will say, look, do you speak languages? It's very important. You know, I mean,
I agree.
It seems a silly thing, but it's really important. You know, don't never lie. If you don't speak English properly, if you don't speak Spanish properly, if you don't speak any language properly, just let the person who's like doing your interview. I mean, for me, it's, you know, very important.
True.
Yeah. It is good if you have an experience in the gaming industry. You know, I think gaming industry is very peculiar, and it's not the same like selling like Coca-Cola, saying Pepsi. You know, this gaming is very peculiar. I always say to the people who starts to come to work with that, I say, look, forget about anything you have learned before, even the marketing team. You know, so I need people that, of course, they can, you know, be on sales before, but forget about it, what you did. You can have the experience, you know how to reach people, it's good, you know how to maybe sell, but forget about. It's gaming industry, it's very peculiar, you know.
Absolutely.
So,
all right.
So, you know, it's I mean, for my experience now in Amigo, that we've been recruiting people from account manager and, you know, marketing. I think the good thing is the attitude and the will to learn about gaming.
Absolutely. Also wanted to ask, what do BDM need to study to improve their professionalism? Is there a specific way to go about it?
Actually, what I found out is the people in gaming in general, or people in BDM, is that we all come from different studies, or, you know, different, you know, from different fields. Myself, I have my degrees in geography and political science. There is nothing to do with gaming. There is nothing to do with BDM. But I think the experience just is the way I've designed. It's life just bring me from to here. I think any maybe some economics, but also some kind of psychology, for instance, to understand why people behave some way. So it's good. I mean, but at the end of the day, it's experience. I think life and experience is the best study.
Thank you so much. It's really good to get a bit of more understanding about this specific topic, because for me, if I have, as in layman's word, if I have to just think business, administrative management, and so on, that word actually, it just strike me that you should have like a master's in economics or something to do with business studies. So it's really good to know that people have a shot at this position, even with different study backgrounds. So it's really good to know. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And that leads me to the last question. Thank you so much for being very specific and being able to answer it genuinely with your humble opinion. That leads me to the last question. Your personal expert advice for future BDM who wants to join our industry?
Let's be really patient. That is my big advice. Patience will be your best friend in the industry. It takes a lot of time. If you are patient, you will achieve whatever you want. I mean, hurries are not good. It's not a good friend. Sometimes business can be really fast. Sometimes it can take years, and years. It's not like, oh, you are very no. It takes a long time. But if you are patient, you are willing to learn, you know really well your product, I think you can succeed on this position.
I totally agree with you on this. Perfectly crisp sentence, perfectly summarized that patience is truly the virtue. Thank you so much, Marga, for your precious time having this conversation with us. And I do wish you good luck and success in your professional career. And I hope that we will meet each other once again in person or in the upcoming exhibitions or so on.
Sure, I'm sure about that. And thank you very much for having me. It has been a really pleasure.
So guys, thank you so much for being with us throughout the conversation with Marga. Make sure that you subscribe, like, and follow us on YouTube. Make sure that you put in a comment for us as well. If you have any queries for Marga, you can put in a comment and we will make sure that we answer back to you. Thank you so much once again, and make sure to subscribe to our channel. Have a great day, everyone. Goodbye.